Hi, I must apologize for the slight delay in this episode. I've been quite busy here in godless Sweden because, as you might imagine, there's a lot of work to be done. So, this episode is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to talk about some fan mail that I get and some hate mail because, when you're this popular as I am, there is, haters gonna hate. What can you do? But I've been quite busy, as I said, in Sweden, and I've done this projection. And as you see, that alone, it will take like 7 years until Sweden is a Christian country again. But with your help, we could do it in maybe 4 years. I spend 14 to 16 hours every day on forums because there's a lot of people that still don't. Haven't reached my wisdom yet, and they need to be told when they are wrong. I get between 2 and 400 emails every month, and I try to answer them all, so this also takes a lot of time. But let's get started. Dear Say No to Evolution, I really like the show. Do you have any merchandise planned? Username The Lord Lives 64. Well, yes, I have a line of pajamas sets that will be going to production during the summer of 2020 and will be in retail stores and on my online store in September. And there's also going to be a fabulous new line of headwear that I'm selling. So show your support for Jesus and buy these stuff. This is a little bit nasty one. And just a note, I've changed all the beginnings of the email so they read Dear Say No to Evolution because sometimes people are rude. Dear Say No to Evolution, your show is pointless and you seem like an ignorant and childish person. Username Bar Soap. So this is the hate mail I told you about. Username Bar Soap. You seem like a very smelly person and your face is ugly. Dear Say No to Evolution, could you tell us more about the Jesus bread? Username 55 Go Home. Strange username. Anyway, you might remember the Jesus bread. I mentioned them quite briefly in episode 3 about Noah's Ark. Almost half of the emails I get is about Jesus bread. How is Jesus bread made? Well, as is quite obvious from the Bible, you will notice that God do not like yeast at all. In several occasions, this is made clear. So there's no yeast, there's flour, there's salt, and there's 3 secret ingredients. Why are they secret? Well, you might imagine if the recipe got out, everyone would start using it for their own benefit. For example, Jews and Muslims would make it, and they would call it something else like Moses bread or Muhammad bread or something else that starts with an M, because that's not very Jesus, that's not Christ-like to have bread that starts with M. And they would claim that it's the bread of their religion, but we would secretly know, or we would know, that it's actually just rebranded Jesus bread. How is this recipe kept secret for all these years? For pretty much thousands of years since the beginning of the world? Well, let me ask you this. Do you know the secret ingredients to Jesus bread? No, you don't. So this proves not only that it's real, but that it's also very, very, very secret. What are the characteristics of Jesus bread? Well, for one thing, we know that it can be used both by carnivores and vegetarian species, like llama. We also know that it's probably very water repellent and that it's highly, highly nutritious. Like one Jesus bread would feed a full-grown lion for maybe a month. Normal bread is around 2,500 calories per kilo, but Jesus bread is around 130,000 calories per kilo. So eating one slice of Jesus bread is like eating like 5 slices of normal bread. So it's very, very intense stuff, like it's potent. And this is probably also why this recipe is kept secret, because you know, it could be dangerous for children to eat this bread because it's like, oh, so intense bread. Like, where is the best Jesus bread made? Well, in general, the consensus amongst like experts in this field, they say it's Latin America, but specifically Paraguay. And why? Because there they have the experience, they have the willpower, and they have the time to do it. Like, because it's Paraguay, you know. And on the topic of Jesus bread, we have to address this issue with the killing of the religious bakers and religious pastry chefs. Like, roughly 200 bakers are killed each year by godless, heathen, atheists, and other non-Christian groups like the mafia and like jungle-dwelling monkeys and such. The most commonly used method of these horrendous killings are spears and the hacking skills of all these heathens. Dear Say No to Evolution, do you ever plan to release a song or an album about your work for Jesus Christ? Not at the moment, no, sorry. Dear Say No to Evolution, what is the most rewarding part of doing this heavenly work? I have to say it is being so close to the creator of the universe, and also all the love I get for... I think I am one of the most popular persons on YouTube today. I am very humble as a person, and I think that, yeah, you know what I mean. Dear Say No to Evolution, how come you are so awesome? You seem to know all the answers to everything. Well, thank you. I don't know why I'm so awesome. I just am. Dear Say No to Evolution. Oh, this is another one that I had to change a bit. You are not funny. Please stop doing this. You're making it worse for everybody. How can I be making it worse for everyone when you would be dead if I didn't do this show? Because there's a lot of stuff. And this is not me saying this. This is basically God saying this through me, through the Bible, through Jesus Christ, through the Jesus bread and Noah's Ark story, lining up to me. And this is why it is important. Oh, and also don't forget the web shop will go up in September.